Welcome back to another episode of Toriko Unveiled. After the three disciples, I'm sure everyone thinks what else could possibly sate this endless hunger. Today, we'll be talking about a man that has always been directly beside our chillful protagonist Toriko, sometimes as enemy, but ultimately as family. Enter Sous chef Starjun. Starjun is one of the driving antagonists from the first few arcs of the Toriko series, and is in fact the second in command and strongest member of the Gourmet Corps aside from Midoriya himself. Starjun, like many Toriko characters, is a massive man, coming in around Zebra's height and built on comparison to Toriko. We're first introduced to Starjun in the form of a GT robot, mechanical avatars featured in Toriko. During their first meeting, a simple acknowledgement from Starjun sent Toriko and Coco to unleash their power and prepare for a deadly battle. This will be far from the last time, however. Starjun is shown in the Regal Mammoth arc as the central antagonist. While still in the GT robot, Starjun could only represent a fraction of his power, and still in this arc, he decimates Toriko, and only after eating the jewel meat and leveling up did Toriko have the strength to defeat the robot, which was still not Starjun himself. And at this point in the story, Starjun was very easily capable of entering the Gourmet world. Now, things start to get a tad bit more interesting. In their first person-to-person meeting, Starjun states that it took Toriko approximately 0.5 seconds to become battle ready, and in that 0.5 seconds, Starjun could have killed him 10 times. This being Toriko before entering the Gourmet world, this statement is backed up in earlier episodes and chapters, as Starjun states the 1/1000 second delay drastically reduced his speed in the GT robot. That's a millisecond. The human brain takes dozens of milliseconds to even receive information from the eyes, and an estimated 120 milliseconds to even begin to take actions based on that information. Essentially, a human being is always lagging behind the information that our brains perceive not to overload us. Starjun, taking an insane leap forward, has reaction and visual processing on the level of future sight. His Gourmet Cell demon takes the form of a massive, pointy-eared cyclops. True to the nature of his third eye, this eye will not lose track of its target, allowing Starjun to always see his opponent in real time despite any illusion or technique. His Gourmet cells also allow him the ability to create powerful blue flames that can burn or melt anything that they come in contact with. With this ability, he is capable of generating, controlling, and dishing out heat surpassing 2800 degrees. He is also capable of freely controlling his own body temperature, which is higher than a normal human's, and can set his whole body or parts of it on fire. And he is even immune to the flames and heat that he generates. In combat, Starjun is an incredibly versatile fighter, utilizing his blue flames to create barriers, shields, and even domes to prevent enemy escape. He wields a unique knife that seems more of a sword, known as the burner knife, a weapon made to cook and cut ingredients at the same time, enhancing his firepower even more by giving it a direct focus point. During the Gourmet Festival arc, Starjun shows the ability and quickness he has to neutralize and bypass all of the four kings' defense measures placed around Komatsu. And also during the festival, Starjun took the full force of every single one of Toriko's opening attacks, these coming in the form of multiple high-number Kuji punches and even the leg variants of those moves. These moves, capable of destroying mountains, sent Starjun miles from their original battle site, leaving only minor damage and breaking his mask. Proceeding into the battle, Starjun was not only capable of dodging techniques enhanced by the ultimate routine, but also attacking and executing attacks faster than even Toriko could. He took numerous blows to his vitals and even his head, along with the entire full course of Toriko's abilities, which at the time, Toriko was Gourmet world capable, having mastered food immersion and everything of the likes. This battle ended with Toriko decimated, having lost an arm and a leg and several chunks of his body, and with Komatsu being kidnapped. Moving on into the Gourmet World arc, Starjun and Toriko directly fought the Wolf King Guinness and forced a literal god to dodge, something it hadn't done in thousands of years. This attack scarred the entire planet. He directly battled Joey and had the upper hand during the majority of the battle, never so much as being touched, something the other three Heavenly Kings couldn't even remotely manage. And Joey states that 0.1 seconds to them feels like time is standing still, and Starjun can still track beings like Joey with his third eye, because this eye will not lose track of its target, allowing Starjun to always see his opponent in real time. He was one of the three to stand against Akasha in their final battle, being able to keep track and even avoid Akasha's attacks, except one. Saving Toriko, Starjun loses the majority of his body and is saved for a time by Midoriya's knocking. It is here we learn that Starjun was actually Toriko's older brother. the both of them being ferocious and Akashi's children that froze had hidden away, though I kinda think Midora may have had something to do with that, but either way, she hid them away hundreds of years ago, set adrift within a contained back channel. Of the twins, Starjun being born first is Toriko's long-lost true older brother. Along with this basically confirming Toriko is the child of 2 reincarnated Gourmet gods, which makes sense how he could hold 3 appetite demons. And also Toriko's hair is blue but was originally black, and that is due to the presence of the blue ogre, while the scars on his face are indicator of the red ogre's presence. But even to his death, Starjun always said what was needed and nothing more, silently watching and checking on his younger brother the entire series. Even in their brutal battle during the Gourmet cooking arc, Starjun clearly outclassed Toriko and could have killed him several times over. During the Regal Mammoth arc, we can recall Starjun turned off the pain inhibitors of the GT robot to feel the full force of Toriko's blows. And we could even travel back to the beginning in the Pufferwell caves, where a general look of acknowledgement forced Toriko to display his true power. Truly, Starjun was always checking in on his younger brother, in albeit violent ways. This is just another reason why I love the Torikoverse. The scale of continuity and world building does make me want to petition for a reboot by a better studio or something, but to help, you guys should petition that like button and subscribe to the channel. Less than 40 more subscribers and the channel will have 1K subscribers. Stay tuned for the journeys into animation as our work continues. Peace.